Welcome guys, today to a new video. We are riding today a BMW GS. It's a Boxer GS and it's the 1300. So I was talking in some videos about it. Finally I got it for a test ride. So we will talk today about the bike, how I feel on the bike, how is it comparable to the 1250, and what are maybe the tweaks and tricks. Maybe we will also talk to that in the video. Then I will do a separate video where I talk about separate options you can get on the bike and why most people are taking the adaptive suspension, for example. And also how the handling is, of course. This bike, I can say, is quite high on kilometers. It has 5,300 kilometers already. So I would say for such a young bike, it's quite a lot. And this is a test bike, so it has only test kilometers, so hardly ridden. But it feels already very comfortable, very nice. And let's talk when we ride. Let's start it. It's here a small button to start the bike. This is something new and I like it because you don't have something big anymore. And then you have the normal screen. We will change it already to the sport one because I like it that they have it added to the GS. And let's start it. So this is how it starts. Pull the clutch and let's go for the test ride. Many people are complaining about the engine, that it sounds different. Yes, it sounds different. And yeah, that's something where I say it's more about the regulation you have nowadays, and also the engine has changed. It's not a 1250 that got just an update with more torque and stroke. It's just a complete different engine. And yeah, this bike has what I know, everything what most people are adding. It has also the Akrapovic original BMW muffler and the electrical windscreen, the adaptive suspension, and it has just only normal wheels. Oh look, in the front is a electrical bike. I think it's Suron call it or something like that. This would be also interesting to ride maybe some days. So yeah, basically I have set it as a windscreen on the highest position. Yeah. So yeah, it's pulling quite strong. We are here in a... There's nothing coming. It's now coming. So yeah, it's pulling hard. That's nice. But let's keep it calm. We do a test review. Bicycles. So about the bike, I quite like the engine and the gearbox. For now, I rode it in the city and drove it also now a little bit here to the test ride. And the engine, yeah, it sounds different, but I don't have a problem with it. So it's mostly, yeah, you can complain, but it's a new bike and it will be not the same like the old ones. The next thing, the exhaust. For example, the added Akrapovic muffler on this bike, I wouldn't do that because it's a lot of money, let's say, and it's adding weight to the bike. Yeah, I know, talking about weight on such a bike, is a little bit off topic because it's already over 200 kilogram bikes, and this one is for sure 250 with all the options. I know someone will write in the comment, no, BMW is saying, but I know that BMW is saying with the 237 kilogram, I think, or 39 kilogram dry weight. Like dry weight, I mean without any option. This means it's called GS Pure. This means the stock price you get, it's in Austria 22,000 euros. This is a bike with nothing on, and then it should have these kilograms. If you add adaptive suspension, I can say to you that's a lot of weight you are adding to the bike. Adaptive suspension is also something I don't really understand why most people are taking it, because most people are tall enough, they wouldn't need it. That's the first point. And adaptive suspension was mainly invented by BMW for riders that have taken before a lowered GS from factory. So that's like it's for not so tall guys, and that's something where I say, yeah, it should be taken by these people too, and normal people should take just the normal suspension or the sport suspension, for example. That is called sport suspension, but it's more off-road oriented, so it has more travel. But on road, I can say I like it more. Because the bike feels and is taller, and I like it when it's taller because it feels for me more handier during cornering and riding. So that's something where I say that's, from my perspective, a little bit of misunderstanding from people that are buying it just because adaptive suspension is available on the bike. The next thing is the handling. The handling, it's hard to tell if it improved to the 1250, let's say. It's very hard to say yes, improved or didn't, but I can say it's also something I feel already comfortable because I'm coming from a GS. For other people that are riding a super adventure or something else that are not used to the Tilly lever, I think this bike gives them a better feedback to the front. That's for sure, because it is a little bit different cornering now. It can be also because the tire is a little bit flat, so most people were accelerating and riding it on the straights because the rear tire and front tire are in the middle, yeah, a little bit worn out, as I said, for 5,300 kilometers, and on the side it's like fresh. So this could be also not perfect for my handling feedback, but that's something I have heard also from other people, that they are saying this bike gives them a better feeling for the front. Yeah, for me it's still the same like the 1250 GS. So yeah, this one, for example, yeah, that's funny and nice. Oh yeah, someone forgot his charging cable. Then it has also the blind spot mirrors that are quite expensive. So the normal mirrors are expensive, but this one is quite really expensive. And that's something, yeah, if you needed the blind spot, yeah, it's cool. I understand there are different people riding these bikes. Some people are only on-road oriented, and also quite old people, let's say. They don't want to turn their head, for example. Yeah, I would say you need to turn anyway your head just to be sure. The system is working great, nothing to worry about. The same also where I say the rudder, like the speed control with the distance regulation to the next driver, that's something where I say that's quite nice. That's something really nice. I appreciate it in every car. I appreciate it on this bike and on other bikes, because this is something when you are on the road, on highways, for example, that's something cool. I was riding with the older GS also all the time with cruise control on highways, because first of all I'm not speeding then, and the second thing is it's more relaxed ride than with speed control, or didn't have speed control, let's say. So that's something for sure very nice, and I would say nothing to really worry. Then about the seating, yeah, here is a normal seat mounted because it's a test bike. I would take the high seat on this bike, really. It has the seated heat option too. The passenger seat is also, because yeah, it's a full spec bike like most people are taking, and this is something I think why people are taking the adaptive cruise, the adaptive height control on the suspension. This is something I think this is the only reason, because they want to have a full spec bike. Okay, but I don't see the reason for this, and I will talk in another video where many people are complaining about this height, that they get a fault on the display. Of course, because it's taking a lot of battery power to put the bike up and down. That's something every BMW dealer could tell you if he is not lying. That's something obvious, but some people don't want to understand or don't want to know it, or yeah. But the GS is very, very, very a nice bike. Very nice bike. Yes, I'm from the BMW side and so on, and I will not tell anything bad, but I promise you I will tell you some bad news in another video. This one is just a test ride video, so I'm going only on the test ride. And the brake, I can say I'm in dynamic, and I'm not sure, maybe no, the back is quite okay. It's really, yeah, it's reacting. But when I'm in lower speed and braking, it's not that hard. Like, you know, that you don't have the feeling in this lever. Maybe it's because now the integral system on the ABS has changed. Maybe this is something, but I can say on the 1250 it was more like when you push it, it got harder and harder, and this is like a little bit soft. It can be that maybe there is air in the system, could be, yeah. Maybe not really bleeded correctly, but on this bike I feel it like it's like on the end it's hard, yes, but on the beginning. The same is also with the clutch. This is something I know already from the 1250. The clutch is not giving you the response. It's just like an electrical clutch. Electrical clutch, good point. I will talk also in another video about the new setup that you can order, the GS with the automated shifting and clutching, so automated gearbox. And yeah, we'll talk about this one too, because yeah, that's something new, and I think some people that bought already the bike, it will be annoying, really annoying. So let's go off. Yeah, the side stand is also something. So that's the bike. Let's go to the other side. Then you have here the headlight. Some people are saying, this headlight. I'm really so that I will say I like the headlight. It fits to the bike. Also, the seating position is something I like on the bike. I like it that they make it slimmer here, and also that it is not so wide like the old one. Some will say, yeah, I like it that it was bulky and it was so strong, and now this GS is like a 600 bike. Yeah, but this is the future, you know. The first thing is, some people would complain when it would be too heavy. They still complain that it's too heavy, and they complain a little bit that it's not so bulky. And yeah, I would say that's the future. People are liking the smaller, slimmer bikes, because this bike will be sold in the next 10 years, let's say. So this is something you see here the next, okay, let's say 6 years. This bike will not really change. It will have a facelift, color change, but basically it will be the same. Then you have here the exhaust. Let's make a sound. Yeah, I would say the older one was louder, but that's something, new regulations and so on. Then you have here the caps for the hoppala. Yeah, that's something where I say, yeah, nice, but it's nice to have, but I think some people will lose it for sure, or some people will turn it off the bike. So yeah, and then we have here so many flights because I stand to the waist. But that's the bike. I hope you enjoyed the ride. If you like the video, subscribe. I would really like when you put the like button too. Comment everything what you want to know, what you know about the bike, what you are complaining about the bike. Put everything in the comment, please. And see you on the next video. Bye.